Welcome to In It to Win It. This is Steve Barton, and thank you for tuning in. We are here with Shawn Khunkhun of Dolly Varden Silver. Shawn, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. Okay, so you have your project. It's up in the Golden Triangle, and as the name would imply, there's a lot of precious metals up there in British Columbia. Tell us, what's the market cap and cash position and debt of your company?
Before I do, I just want to say I tried to rename the area the Silver Triangle because there's been 800 million ounces of silver discovered. Lots of gold, about 200 million ounces of gold, but more silver than gold. But,
interesting.
But to answer your question, we just have put $20 million in the ground.
Okay.
And we're waiting for the drill results from the big exploration program.
Okay.
Our cash balance right now is $7.5 million after that spend.
Is this U.S. or Canadian?
This is Canadian.
Okay, what would it be in U.S.?
I would want to say around $6 million.
Okay, all right.
So $6 million in cash, no debt. Market cap in U.S. dollar terms about $150 million.
Okay, 150, $6 million in cash. You just put 20 mil in the ground as far as exploration. You're waiting to see
maybe closer to 17
million in
US.
US. Okay, all right. Most of our listeners are in US.
I'll keep it USD.
USD, yeah. Okay, so what? When do you get the results of that drill program?
So the total drill program was 50,000 meters. Okay, or 150,000 feet.
Okay.
And we've put out about 10,000 meters of results.
Okay.
And so we've got another 40,000 to still report.
Okay.
So we put out results on August the 8th, we put out results on September the 11th, and we've got, so almost on a monthly basis, I anticipate more drill results, October, November, all the way to February.
Okay. It takes them a while to analyze all of this and then get it back to you, right?
Correct, yeah.
Okay. All right, and what are you going to do with the rest of the $6 million in cash?
That's a great question. When we get the results, we'll then look at what the next steps are.
Which one hit?
Yeah, and the way I look at Dolly Varden is we've got a total resource on the property of 140 million ounces of silver, and that's as of 2019.
Okay.
We've subsequently drilled 100,000 meters, of which 40 haven't been analyzed yet. 40,000 meters of drilling. This is like 125 drill holes. It's a big amount of work.
Yeah.
And so there's a number of areas on the property that are showing expansion and extension potential. And so once we get all the results, we'll formulate a plan of where we want to go and follow up on some of the success we've had.
Okay, so it's going to depend on the results for you guys to figure out where.
It's results driven. Now, what's interesting about the company, though, is our biggest growth since I took over has actually been on the back of an acquisition.
Oh.
So we tripled our resource by acquiring the neighboring project. So although we're having a lot of organic success, and this is a great discovery story, we're not limited to growing just through exploration.
Yeah, okay, awesome. All right, tell us about the team that you built.
It's all about the team. I work with the best exploration team in the business, and I say that, and I've been around this business for 20 years, and I specifically built this team, so I've got a technical committee that includes Hecla Mining's VPX Kurt Allen, a guy named Michael Henriksen, who is with Newmont, the world's largest gold producer. He was there for 10 years as their head structural geologist. And then superstar geologist Rob McLeod, who has sold a number of companies to majors, one of the most creative, innovative geologists in the business, Hall of Fame miner, comes from a very prestigious mining family. And that's just the three that are on the technical committee. There's a whole host of other people that support them. It's a great team, but it's really not the people at the board level or even at the advisory level. It's the people that we have on the ground. It's people like Amanda Bennett, our project manager, who's made a number of discoveries. We've got a great team. I could go on for days and hours, but it's all led by Rob Van Egmont, our Vice President of Exploration.
Okay, and what, your VP of Exploration, what type of geology and projects has he worked in the past that might help you?
It's interesting. So my team, including Rob Van Egmont, know the rocks in the Golden Triangle.
Yeah.
There's some nuances in terms of the the full post-mineralization folding, and to really understand how to chase up and grow deposits, you need to be a regional expert, and that's what we have.
Okay, all right, so it sounds like they're pretty similar. And so you took over the company 3 years ago. At that time, the market cap was around 20 million?
About 16 US.
16 US. Right now, it's about 150. Okay, that's pretty good.
It's all right.
Yeah, not bad.
At a time, it's not bad because at a time, a lot of my peers have fallen 90%.
Yeah.
And the reason we've been successful is, whether you want to call it luck or timing, a lot of hard work to produce those good quality opportunities. We've been blessed by the shareholders. They've given us $65 million, and they're the shareholders that you want to have in your company. Hecla Mining, Eric Sprott, institutions like Fidelity. So we got the right shareholders that gave us the right capital. We put together the right team. We made an accretive acquisition that helped grow the company to size and scale. We've made some tremendous discoveries. And then the one thing that we did that we didn't have under our control is our project's location. We're not in Argentina where there's a currency crisis.
Yeah.
We're not in Peru where there's a lot of instability. We're not in Chile where they're thinking about nationalizing. We're not in Mexico
with AMLO. Yeah.
So but again, we were deliberate where we wanted to focus. I wanted to, if I could get my hands on a silver project that was outside of the camp, Chile, Argentina, Mexico, Peru, I thought we were going to get a massive premium.
Yeah.
And it's working out well.
Good. Okay. What is your relationship with the, in Canada they call them First People or First Nation?
There's a whole host of different names, First Nations, Indigenous, Aboriginal.
Okay.
So our project is in the territory of the Nisga'a Nation.
Okay.
And what you have to appreciate about Nisga'a is in 1998, okay, so call it 25 years ago, they signed a modern treaty.
Yeah.
They settled their land claims, so definitively they're self-governed.
Yeah.
And they're an innovative group. Frank Calder, a gentleman from Nisga'a Nation, was the first Indigenous person to be elected into a government in Canada. That was in 1949. So they've always been a progressive group. They've always had mining in their traditional territories. And so a third of our workforce comes from Nisga'a Nation.
Oh, that's good.
We are part of an organization called the BC Regional Mining Alliance that puts the nation with the company and with government. So it's that key aspect in terms of permitting. And so our relationship with Nisga'a, I would say, is a 10 out of 10.
Okay. All right. Let's see. It's a brownfield project. And what is your biggest unanswered question when it comes to Dolly Varden?
Is this a billion-ounce silver camp?
Okay.
We're 14% of the way there.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So when I came in, everyone said, Shawn, Dolly Varden, this is an old name, it's a tired name, it's never going to be more than 40 million ounces. And so I said, okay, what's the goal then? Well, get it to 100 and it's interesting.
Yeah.
So it's now at 140.
Yeah.
And so now I'm going, okay, we're on to something here. Now, is a billion aggressive? It's the unanswered question. Right? It's the unanswered question. And when I look north at SK Creek and Premier and Bruce Jack, they host these big deposits.
Yeah.
There's a billion ounces outside my borders. Why can't there be a billion ounces within them? That's the question we're trying to answer. So would I be upset if we only got to 500 million? No.
Yep. Aim for the moon. If you miss, you land in the stars. Right?
That's right.
I hope you do it.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me on.
Yes, Shawn, thank you. Thank you very much. There'll be a link to Dolly Varden down in the show notes if you want to check them out. Thank you for tuning in. Support the show, hit the like and subscribe, and we will talk to you next time.